A wild kidnapping escape for one crypto investor. Ulbricht gets a major donation just days after the conference. And the IMF wants urgent clarification from one country about its Bitcoin mining plans. Who's under their microscope now? Stick around to find out here on The Effect. Hi, I'm Nate Martin, and this is the Bitcoin Effect. Last week at the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas, officials from Pakistan announced a bold new initiative. The country plans to dedicate 2,000 megawatts of electricity to support Bitcoin mining and AI data centers. The announcement was positioned as a step toward digital transformation, using public-private partnerships to draw foreign investment and modernize Pakistan's energy infrastructure. But not everyone was convinced. The International Monetary Fund responded with what it called an urgent clarification request, as Pakistan is currently under IMF review for a multi-billion-dollar bailout package. IMF officials are questioning whether this move complies with the fiscal conditions tied to the program. What's raising eyebrows is the scale. 2,000 megawatts is a massive amount of electricity, especially in a country where frequent blackouts are part of daily life. Critics ask, how can you justify dedicating that kind of power to crypto mining when many homes and hospitals can't keep the lights on? There's also legal ambiguity. The IMF has asked whether crypto mining is currently legal in Pakistan and what the plan means for electricity pricing and grid stability. So far, Pakistan hasn't issued a formal response, but further clarification is expected as talks continue. Earlier this week, the International Monetary Fund completed its first review of El Salvador's $1.4 billion extended fund facility. The IMF said the country is meeting most of its program benchmarks, but also reiterated that the government should not be purchasing additional Bitcoin. Specifically, the IMF stated that it will work to ensure that El Salvador's public sector Bitcoin holdings remain unchanged. The policy is part of the conditions tied to the country's fiscal support package. The following day, El Salvador's National Bitcoin Office confirmed the purchase of 8 new Bitcoins, reportedly through a government-linked entity that falls outside the central budget. Officials say this keeps them technically compliant, but the IMF has signaled concern. With Bitcoin continuing to play a symbolic and economic role in the country, this back and forth could remain a flashpoint in El Salvador's global financial negotiations. Earlier this month, 28-year-old Italian crypto investor Michael Valentino Carteron flew to New York to meet with a business contact. According to authorities, that meeting turned into a 17-day kidnapping ordeal inside a luxury townhouse in SoHo. Carteron reportedly escaped last Thursday, barefoot and bloodied, after managing to free himself. He flagged down an NYPD traffic officer and was immediately taken to safety. Court documents say he was restrained, beaten, and burned as his alleged captors tried to access his Bitcoin holdings. 3 people have been arrested so far, including John Woltz, the man Carteron originally flew in to meet. 2 NYPD detectives who were working off-duty private security at the building have also been placed on modified duty while the department investigates their potential involvement. At this time, it's not clear if any crypto was successfully transferred or stolen. Investigators say Carteron may have resisted handing over credentials for his wallets. Federal charges are likely as the case continues to unfold. Earlier this week, Ulbricht received a 300 BTC donation valued at more than $30 million, sent in a single transaction to a wallet publicly associated with him. The transfer was picked up by blockchain analysts and quickly spread across social platforms. The donation came just days after Ulbricht made his first public appearance at the Bitcoin 2025 conference in Las Vegas, where he thanked the community for its support throughout his incarceration. He was granted a presidential pardon earlier this year after serving over a decade in federal prison. In addition to the donation, Ulbricht also raised about $1.3 million through an auction hosted by Scare City, selling personal items from his time behind bars, including original artwork, letters, and even his prison-issued ID badges. The identity of the donor remains unknown, and some speculate it could be an anonymous supporter. Others suggest it might be a self-transfer from funds Ulbricht had access to before his 2013 arrest. So far, there's been no official confirmation. Whatever the source, the donation has re-sparked interest in Ulbricht's story and the ongoing debate over his legacy in the world of Bitcoin. In Granbury, Texas, residents have filed a lawsuit against a local Bitcoin mining facility operated by Marathon Digital Holdings. They claim the facility's constant noise and vibration from cooling equipment has led to health issues, including hearing loss, vertigo, and chronic stress. The mine, which began operations in 2022, sits close to residential neighborhoods. According to the lawsuit, noise levels have been measured as high as 100 decibels, comparable to standing next to a jet engine. Residents say it's made daily life unbearable, interrupting sleep and affecting their mental health. This case highlights a rising tension between Bitcoin mining expansion and local quality of life. As more mining operations move into rural areas, residents are asking how or whether this kind of infrastructure can coexist with quiet neighborhoods. That's it for this edition of the Bitcoin Effect. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next drop. We'll see you next time.